Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. Do not adjust your sets. Yes, this is another Back to the Future video. And what we're doing is we're going to start work on the hood box. I'm going to combine these two together because the first one, there's pretty much nothing to do, but we've got lots to do in the second one. So without further ado, let's get building. Right, so we have here issue 131 and 134. The reason for the skip in numbers is the in-between ones are the railway ties and the railway wheel, I believe. But I'm not doing those, so I am skipping over all those issues. I've got all the issues for the box without the railway wheels and railway sleepers and ties, etc., that are all intertwined in this lot. So we are going to be doing issue 131 and 134 today. Now, as I said, there's not a great deal in 131. I'm just putting this piece in here, and we've got the LED track that we need to tape down. And that's pretty much it. And you can see this is what we are creating, which is the emergency time circuits. And then, as you can see, the next one was just some railway parts. But I'm skipping all of that, so we can ignore that one. And then in 134, one of the big reasons I am combining this together is we have this plate here. And as you can see, we actually do need to remove this piece that we're putting in. And then we're putting this plate in, which will cover over the LEDs. And then we got to put that piece back in. And again, more railway parts. So let's see what we have in the boxes. So this is issue 131, and we have the hood box itself. And then we have the LED, which I have already put some batteries in. So whether it will show up on camera, they do light up. And we've got this piece here, and we've got some stickers. We've also got some AP screws. Right. And before we do that one for a moment, I'm just going to pull the parts out to 134 as well, or at least one part. So what I'm after is this sheet just here. So we've got that sheet looking just like that. First thing I'm going to be doing, it does say to place this piece in first. I think that might be because you need to get the track for the LEDs to bridge over the top of that. This is going in just here, like so. Try and line that. There we go. So that's lined up just like that. So you've got the battery box and you've got two holes there for the AP screws. Right, so we've got that in there. And then what we need to do, we need to try and fold this down so that it follows the track. It's probably a good idea to use one of these sort of plastic spudges to bend this. Obviously, you want to be very careful that you don't break the circuit, otherwise it won't work anymore. But gentle folding should mean that this will sit nicely in the tracks. We do have some stickers to put in place. I'll probably do that as I go around. First one is going just here, across this corner. Grab all the stickers. Obviously ensuring not to cover any of the holes. Get that one stuck in there. That's starting to get it to follow shape already. I'm going to get this one in here, like so. Right, we've got this LED that's going to sit right on the top of this one. And then we're going to fold that one down and fold that around like so. Now we've got a bit of tape going in this piece. Again, ensuring not to cover the holes up. So that one's going in there. And then we have the final bit of tape going all across here. Now, at the minute, that's not sitting down very well in that channel, but we do need to put that piece over the top. So I'm going to do, as I say, remove this. Now, this is where it can go a little bit wrong, because you could end up breaking this piece. And having done it this way around, I think you could have probably got away with not putting this piece in at all. So that was all there is to do in stage 131. So we're moving on to 134. And we're going to be placing this over the top, making sure that we have this piece down here. Now, it doesn't give you enough tape to do this, but I probably am going to try and put another bit of tape down there. Just a tiny bit, just to hold that in that sort of shape. So I'm just going to use a little bit of electrical tape. Just cut it into a thin strip. I'm just going to put it across here, just avoiding that hole. And making sure that these LEDs are nicely seated in there. And that should make it a lot easier to put this piece over the top of there, like so. It might be easier to do it. There we go. So put it over that piece first, so you avoid that power switch, and then let it all fall down like so. Now we'll just double check that these still all light up, which they do, which is perfect. And we're going to place this piece back in under here. Try and make sure that is perfectly in line, like so. And now we're going to be using some screws to hold that in place, and we're going to use some IP screws. There's actually quite a lot of screws in this episode. So we're going to start off with the IP screws. And we need 3 of those. And the first one's going in just here. We have another one going in just here. And the last one is going in just here. That plate is now fully secured down like so. And I will use a little bit of glue just to secure that in place on there because that one's floating around a little bit. Right, so we've got that bit glued back down there. So that's that bit done. Now, next up, we need that component there. And this one's going to go just pressed in next to that piece there. Now, one thing the instructions do not tell you is what to do with this piece. But if you look through your instructions, you will see that it actually lives just here. So I'm going to place that one in now because I think it was just an oversight. That we should be putting this one in now. So that little one lives just there. The next things we're going to need is this. We have this little rod, and we have two of these little components here. Now we've got a hole in each end. We've got a hole in each end of the rod. We need to sit that rod in there and use these components to push them in the ends, and that will hold the rod in place. A little bit fiddly. One. And two. And just make sure they are fully pushed and seated in. And then we have something that looks a little bit like that. And now we have this mesh, which is pre-formed. And we're just going to put that over the top of this. Like so. And just needs a little bit of a squeeze just to get that to form correctly. We're going to use some OP screws to secure that in place. Right, going to be QP screws. Should really read the instructions a little bit closer. Now these are very tiny screws, so I am going to switch to my PH00 bit. And we're going to get the 4 screws in just like this. And the final one just going in there. So that's what that is looking like. And this is going over this section here. We've got the little lug, and that goes in there. And then we're using 2 NP screws to secure that in place. So that is looking like that. Next, we have this little red cage, and we have this spring. And that is going in there like so. And we've got this piece just going on there like so, just locating in that section. And 2 AP screws will hold that one in place. We also have the battery cover, and that's just going to slot in and click like so. we have this little clear component, and that one is going just in there, like so. And then this piece is going over the top of it, like that. We have 2 of the QP screws again to go on that one. And then we're finishing off with this large clear component, and that is going to just sit in the 4 holes you can see here. Now there are 2 bigger holes, 2 smaller holes, so make sure you need to just line them up. So it can only go in a couple of ways. And that is a really nice snug fit. So not going to need to glue that one. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Now let's just have a little look at what it looks like lit up. Looks absolutely fantastic. Obviously, as we build up the components on there, it will look even better. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give me a big thumbs up. So we've made a start on the emergency time circuits for the Delorean. Now we'll be building that up over the next couple of weeks or so. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button and ding that bell, and then you'll be notified when I release a new video. Until the next time, I'll see you around. Cheers!